Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Bobbie. This is Bobbie Reads Tarot, and today I have a reading for the sign of Gemini. So this is going to be for Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising signs, and it's going to be for the month of July. So everything we want to know about the sign of Gemini for the month of July. How are you guys all doing today? I hope you're doing well. This deck is a little thicker than the one I like to use, but we're going to roll with it. So if you see me struggling with my shuffling, that's all. Okay, so Spirit, what messages do you have for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising for the month of July? Okay, here we go. Five of Cups, Knight of Swords, Five of Pentacles reversed, Six of Swords, Five of Cups clarified by the Six of Wands, Knight of Swords clarified by the Queen of Wands, the Five of Pentacles reversed clarified by the Nine of Cups, and the Six of Swords clarified by the Seven of Wands reversed. Okay, so let's go ahead and get going, Gemini. So there is a lot going on here. I think that you're probably feeling a lot of really heavy feelings and emotions right now. I think and let me preface this by saying this is a general reading, okay? So because we're reading for the collective, there might be some things that don't fully resonate, and that's okay. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If you're in this reading and you're like, this is not my reading, that's okay. You can go ahead and pop on out of this reading and then check your readings for your moon sign or your rising sign. I typically find that the readings for my rising sign are the most accurate for me. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get going. So I do feel like there is a sense of loss or grief or mourning. And the Six of Wands, this can talk about paying tribute. So I'm wondering if someone close to you has recently passed away and you've been honoring them. Or if they haven't recently passed away, their memory just might be really like present in your mind lately. Like it just keeps coming into your thoughts, and you might be looking for ways to honor that person, to celebrate their life. But that feels really heavy. That feels really, really heavy. And for those of you that have lost someone, I'm so sorry. That's such a difficult thing, you know? So next we have this Knight of Swords. And Knight of Swords can talk about an opponent, talk about a battle. It can talk about being aggressive. And that is clarified by this Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is typically this like feminine energy that is based on knowledge, and Queen of Swords is very self-assured. She's very down to earth. We're going to get more clarifiers on this one, okay? This talks about examining your values, really looking at what's important to you right now. And with this Nine of Cups, clarifying it, are you putting more importance into material success, material wealth, accumulating things over other things? You know, like what's more important to you? And I'm wondering if this is kind of an internal struggle of having lost someone, having gone through this situation of mourning, and it's now making you reevaluate how you are looking at things. And I feel like this Queen of Wands energy might very well be your energy. And this Knight of Swords might talk about this conflict that you're having, where you're starting to reevaluate what's important to you in your life. Because before, you might have been more focused on attaining goals that are very like earthbound. So, you know, getting an education, getting a good job, if you want some money, being able to buy like a house, like a good house, like good things, right? But with a focus on attaining material things. And I'm wondering if this loss has now triggered in you this realization that it's not about those material things anymore. It's about the relationships and the people in your life. And I think you're starting to see like the value of those things more. And so you're feeling a shift in your life where you're leaving behind maybe this more materialistic way of being into this much more like connected to people energy. Six of Swords talks about leaving a rough situation and going into calmer waters. It can also indicate travel. So for some of you, you may be traveling, but I feel like this is really talking about after you go through this process of reevaluation, I do think that there's going to be things in your life that are going to shift dramatically and it's going to change your course. And I think you are going to kind of move away into this different energy. Your Six of Swords is clarified by the Seven of Wands reversed. And when this is reversed, it can talk about being indecisive or, you know, maybe lacking some confidence or doubting what your purpose is. So I do think it's going to be a tough transition because you might have those limiting thoughts of, you know, really questioning what you're doing, because I do feel like it's going to be quite a shift from how you've lived before. So that little voice inside of your head might be doing a little more negative self-talk than normal because it's that fear. You know, it's our ego. Our ego is there. It thinks it's there to protect us. But really what it's there to do is to survive. And so the ego is going to do what's best for the ego and not what's best for you. So the ego is going to be that voice in your head that's like, I don't know about this. I don't know. This, you know, this is new. And what you've been doing before really works well for you. And, you know, so I do think you're going to be battling a little bit of that, but understand that that's normal for every human that has an ego, which is all of us. And you can work through that. You can work through that negative self-talk to get to the other side where things are so much, you know, more fulfilling for you. It's so funny how we can talk ourselves out of some amazing opportunities. Okay, so I would like to get a little more clarification here on this Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands energy. Spirit, can you give us clarification for this Knight of Swords and Queen of Wands energy, please? Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. Clarifier, please, Spirit. Justice. Okay, so the Justice card is about finding balance. So yeah, I do feel like it's this internal struggle that you're having with yourself as far as like wanting to change, or maybe not even wanting to change, but feeling the force of needing to change. Justice is the card of balance. It is about, I mean, they're literally holding a scale. So it's about finding balance within yourself. I think right now you might be out of balance. You might be more like earth energy as far as having material things and material success. And this is your time to balance that with not only the material, but also the spiritual and the, you know, the family, the more relationship-based rewards, relationship-based abundance. Okay, the next thing I'd like to do, Gemini, is I would like to pull 3 cards for your career. Let's see what we have going on for your work this month. Look at some different aspects of what's happening here. Since we have the general energy, let's get 3 cards for your career for the month of July for the sign of Gemini, please, Spirit. Okay, so we have the 9 of Pentacles, money on your mind. Ooh, we have the 3 of Wands, productivity, perhaps travel too. You might be going somewhere, Gemini, with the 3 of Wands and that 6 of Swords. If you are going somewhere, leave a comment in the comment section. Tell me where you're going. I want to go somewhere. Please tell me where you're going so I can live vicariously through you, Gemini. And we have the Page of Cups reversed. Okay. So that's talking about that independent feminine energy who is completely stable and has financial success. This is someone, it's that material comfort, being independent. So I feel like you have the financial part of your life on lock. With the Three of Wands, like I was saying, this is about being productive and being validated, in what you do in your work. People look at what you're doing and they're like, yes, this is someone who gets it done, knows what they're doing, and handles their business. But with the Page of Cups reversed, I feel like this is wanting to be more of a dreamer. So you might have like a very like practical job or like a realistic job, but not realistic, I guess that's silly, but a more like traditional job. But you might desire something that's not traditional, and you might be having a hard time kind of dealing with that in your mind. So for example, let's say that you are you're an analyst, okay? And that's what you do. You make a good living. You're very successful. You're very, very good at what you do. But in your heart, all you want to do is write. Like, it's your dream to write a book. Or it's your dream to create art. It's your dream to act. It's your dream to have a podcast. It's your dream to read tarot cards online. Okay, like whatever. I feel like you're struggling right now with, you have achieved, you're good. Like if you just stay right where you are right now, you're going to be good. But it's this desire for something more. I think you're dreaming for something more, Gemini. I really, really do. And I think that's really maybe what you're questioning here. This loss that you've suffered, I feel like it's really making you look at what's important to you and how short life is. And like, do you want to spend that time doing this, or do you have a desire to do something more? Okay. Now, I would like to pull 3 cards for my Geminis for love and romance relationships. What's going on for Geminis for the month of July in their love and relationship lives? Please, Spirit. Okay, Geminis, let's get the tea. What's going on here? Ooh, we're going to take this. We're going to leave the rest. So we have the 6 of Cups. 6 of Cups talks about memories, nostalgia, usually doing with your childhood. It's usually like memories that are kind of that far back. Okay, we're going to take the top and leave the rest. We're going to take this Hanged Man. Hanged Man is kind of in a timeout. It's having to kind of just stay where you are. It can talk about, self-sacrifice. Maybe, ooh, have you been sacrificing your love life for your career, Gemini? I think for some of you, that might be what that Hanged Man is referring to. And then we have the Tower and the Star. Okay. So again, this is a general reading, so there's going to be different things that apply to different people. So I'm going to kind of go through a couple different things I'm seeing, and then you can kind of decide what resonates most with you. So for some of you, I am feeling that that focus on career, and so you kind of put yourself into this self-imposed timeout where you're focusing on other things. I think also you might be thinking back on past relationships, and maybe you haven't found something that is the same as something you've experienced before. Maybe you're looking for something deeper than you found, and you've had that once before, but you haven't found it since. And so you might just be like in a self-imposed timeout until you find exactly what it is that you're looking for. This can talk about a pause in your relationship. This might be kind of a downtime. You know how relationships have the ebbs and flows, the good times, the times that aren't so great. This might be like a time where you're feeling slightly disconnected from your partner, and you might be thinking back on the times before when you were really connected. And so you might feel like you're in this state of limbo with your partner. That could definitely be for some of our Geminis that are in relationships, you might just feel like you're in kind of a weird spot right now. Now, we do have the Tower and we have the Star. The Tower is about something coming crumbling down, and it looks really scary, right? We see that card and we're like, oh my God, that's terrifying. But it's really not, and let me tell you why. Because if it doesn't come crumbling down, okay, then this foundation is just going to get weaker and weaker and weaker, and eventually it's going to give. So it's better that it gives now, and it can just, sooner rather than later be done, move on, versus waiting into the future. Once the Tower moment is over, that's when you have the opportunity to go in and completely redo your foundation and rebuild on top of that. And it's followed by the Star. This is a wish come true, wish fulfillment. So there might be something happening in your personal relationship life, like your love life, right? Where there might be something, and even if you're single, there could be something that needs to be removed, or old patterns, old thoughts, something. But I do feel that you might go through kind of a tough time when the Tower moment happens. But just know that right behind it is the Star. This is your wish fulfillment. So in order to get your wish fulfilled, this had to happen. This is totally fine because you're good. You're going to be in so much of a better spot. I feel like if you've been looking for something specific or, a certain kind of partner, this could be that time period where you find that person, because things are looking really, really good for you, Gemini. Okay, we are going to pull 3 more cards to look at family stuff. What family stuff do we have going on? I'm going to do 3 cards for family. Spirit, can we get messages for Gemini for the month of July for family stuff? Okay, we have King of Wands reversed. Can be a disciplinarian. Ooh, that's going to be some arguing. You might be having a tough time with your family right now, Gemini. July might be a rough month. I'm wondering if this King of Wands energy might be like a father figure, grandfather figure, male figure in the family that's kind of the head of the household, whoever that is, the King of Swords. Okay. So I feel like there's stuff going on with men in your family. You might have brothers and a father that are fighting, but it's kind of a time of conflict right now. This King of Wands, this is like a tyrant, or this can also be time restriction. So not being able to spend a lot of time together, that definitely could be. This is someone who is strong-willed. This can also indicate divorce. So there could be a separation or a divorce happening in your family. And then this 5 of Wands, this is competition, rivalry, strong opinions. It's not necessarily like physical fighting, but it's a lot of tension. It's a lot of tension. And I'm wondering if it's tension between these 2 men. There's this like disciplinarian person energy, kind of a mean-spirited person, and then this person would be someone who is intellectual, strong-willed, orderly. But again, this can indicate divorce. So if this is here to indicate divorce, it could be talking about a divorce from this King of Wands reversed that's been stirred on by this fighting. Okay. Again, this is a general reading, so this is going to really resonate for some of you, and then others of you, you're going to be like, yeah, no. So that's A-okay. All right, let's get advice from Spirit. Spirit, what advice do you have for Gemini for the month of July? Let's get some advice. Ace of Cups. Oh, this is about new beginnings. This is an affirmation. This is love. This is fertility. This is all good things, okay? So I feel like this is Spirit telling you that wonderful things are coming to you, new beginnings, new opportunities for love and for feeling connected and emotional connection between you and other people. So Spirit is saying, yes, this journey that you're going on is the right one. Keep going. Okay. And then we have the Ace of Wands reversed. Ace of Wands reversed can talk about procrastination. So Spirit is reminding you, don't procrastinate this month. Okay? Keep yourself focused because you have these new opportunities coming to you, but you need to stay focused on what it is you desire. It's about having this reflection on what is important to you. What are your values? What's really, really important to you? Stay focused, okay? And let's get one final piece of advice from Spirit for Gemini for the month of July. One last message, Spirit. Okay, so this is talking about contemplation, spending time in contemplation. And I think that this is just that reminder of sometimes you have to, you have to put in this work and you have to stay focused. And sometimes you're going to feel very like just not inspired by what's in front of you, but that's okay. Keep going because your Ace of Cups is here. So you might have times this month where you're feeling very like, for lack of a better word, meh. Okay. So this is that warning from Spirit. This is coming. It's okay. Plan for this and understand that you're heading out. You're heading into this beautiful journey of being able to really explore your relationships with other people. And that is going to bring you so much fulfillment and satisfaction. But sometimes the journey can feel a little meh. Okay. Okay, my Geminis, I hope that this reading was helpful and that it resonated with you. If it did, please be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, if you're not yet a subscriber and you like my content, please don't forget to subscribe. And finally, I also do private readings. If you're interested, you can go check out my website, bobbiereads.com, for more info. Thank you so much for spending time with me and just trusting me to do your tarot. And I will see you in my next video. Bye.